Good evening, everyone. It's Little Blue, and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, on Friday, the 6th of December, day 6 into Podcastmas, where I'm doing daily podcasts on the run up to Christmas. You can probably hear from my voice, I'm a little bit knackered this evening. I've just been sat here in my living room after Baby Blue's gone to bed, and there's no lights other than the Christmas tree. So the TV's off, the main light's off, everything's off, except for the Christmas tree. And it sort of put me in this nice sort of meditative state. I was just, it just entranced me. And I've had this before with Christmas trees. They do something to me. They just completely calm me down and just make me go off into like this whole Zen-like state. Like, when you're watching clouds in the summertime, you're just laying on thing, you just get into that really lovely sort of peaceful thing. When you're on the beach and you're just listening to the waves, you could almost fall asleep. It's like that. I don't know why Christmas trees do that to me, but they really do. So I've just been sat here for about 15 minutes doing it, and then all of a sudden I thought, what am I doing? But I do love a good Christmas tree, and without sounding too big-headed, I love my Christmas tree because I've done my Christmas tree to how I wanted it. Like when I was a kid, it had to be my mum's Christmas tree, didn't it? And then like when you're with someone, you have to include them. Let's face it, you have to. But this year, it's my Christmas tree. And I mean, Baby Blue's got stuff on there too, but she knows the drill. She knows the colour scheme. She knows where it can go and where it can be hidden and stuff like that. I just love it. It's red and gold theme, my Christmas tree, and I think they're just very warm, calming, cosy colours, and it just get me. The worst ones for me, fibre optic trees, the ones that change colour. We had one of those at uni, and I swear I just sat staring at it for about an hour one time. Oh, it was dangerous, that one. I just couldn't stop watching it. It was just so, took me somewhere bad. Don't know. There's something wrong with me, isn't it? Do you know what? I'd love to know, do Christmas trees have this effect on you too? Because if they do, I know I'm not alone. I mean, Christmas trees are that one of those wonderful things about Christmas. And I think today has been a Christmas tree type of day because we went to one of our neighbouring towns today because I had an appointment there. And they had this massive Christmas tree in town, and all I wanted to do was go and see this Christmas tree. That's all I wanted to do, and we didn't have time because my mum couldn't work out the parking meter in Sainsbury's. Bless her. She goes, we only got an hour on the meter because I couldn't work it out. And then she went and asked the ticket inspector afterwards, and he showed her how to do it. She goes, all right, I know for next time we can spend more time in. It's the first week where we haven't had to rush back home to go and pick Baby Blue up from preschool. Because she was with us, so we could have just sort of milled around and done a bit of shopping, but we didn't have time, sadly. Baby Blue was off today. I took her out of preschool last night because she's just not well. She's got a cold, so it's not, I don't think, touch wood, it's nothing major, but it's her birthday on Sunday and we're going out for her party tomorrow. She's got an eye infection, which just I picked her up from preschool yesterday, and it just looked awful. She won't let me put drops in, so it is just a case of trying to clean it constantly with warm water. Before she went to bed, it looked relatively good, and this afternoon it hasn't been gunky, it's just been watery. So hopefully that means tomorrow it's going to be fine, hopefully. But there's only 3 girls going and then 3 mummies, so it's not like it's tons of kids. And then we've got a Christmas party booked in afterwards, and that is going to be lots of kids, so I'm going to have to play it by ear. I haven't told her we're going though, so I can cancel it if needs be. But yeah, otherwise her nose is completely bunged up, so she's got Snuffle Balm, which is like Vicks Vapor Rub for kids basically. She's got it on her feet and on her chest. Oh, here's a bit of a little life hack for you. Adults and children this works for. It's been tried and tested. And every time I tell one of my friends, they're like, oh my God, that's like magic. So if you have a cold and it comes with that really irritating cough, the type that just won't stop, that you cough through the night and it keeps you up, little tip to stop you coughing and to give you a good night's sleep. Okay, get Vicks Vapor rub it on your feet and really focus on the ball of your foot for both of them, sort of like the top half from your toes to the middle. Really like rub it in. Cover your feet. I always cover my feet when I do it. Then put a pair of socks on and do this just before you go to bed. And I swear, it stops you coughing. My theory, I don't know if this is official, is it's a bit like reflexology, where they focus on the feet. And I know the area for the chest and the lungs is the balls of your feet. So if you ever got like breathing issues, that's why you get hard skin apparently there. My friend does reflexology and I asked her once, and I've always got hard skin on the balls of my feet, and I've got asthma. See, it's fascinating. I'd love to study it, but that's my theory. That's why it works, because it's a bit of a reflexology thing. But my friend Ben, he's very under the weather at the moment. Bless him. Hi Ben, if you're listening, I hope you're feeling better. He's had a irritating cough, and his wife and him agreed that he'd be sleeping on the sofa, and I was like, okay, tickly cough, do this. And he did it, and he went, it worked. It actually worked. It's like, yeah, I know, it's magic. It's magical. Do it, keep doing it. So yeah, little life hack for you there. Vicks Vapor Rub on your feet with socks just before you go to bed. Works wonders, and you get the best night's sleep. You really do. So yeah, baby Blue's got that tonight. She's got it on her chest, she's got it on her feet because she had this horrible cough. She's had Calpol, although I bought Boots' own brand paracetamol for her, and she knows it's not Calpol. Blimmin' snob. Oh God, mummy, that's horrible. And I had some. I was like, that tastes the same as Calpol. Actually tastes the same as Calpol, but no. She wants the branded. She saw the box. I think that's all it is she knew it wasn't the purple box. And so, yeah, I've been caught out. Busted. Yeah, so this is why I'm so blooming tired, because she has, every time I sit down, she sits on me. Every time I pick up my phone, do the washing up, that I've gone to do something important, like send an email, had to send a few important emails today and do some work and things. And every time I've just done it, she has just gone, hug her, mummy, hug her, which means she wants to cuddle. And she's so, this is how I know she's ill. She follows me and she just won't leave me alone. She just wants constant cuddles. She wants to just steal the warmth of me. That's what she says. I want your warm. I want your warm. Bless her. She falls asleep so quick. She just goes. But she's been on the sofa again. She's done 2 afternoons now where she's just fallen asleep on the sofa, which isn't like her at all. And I think she scared herself today because she woke up and she was just in panic mode because she didn't know where she was. Bless her. So yeah, it's been one of those days which has been really sort of mentally hard because I haven't been able to get much done, and I've got lots to do. We didn't go out other than going to this appointment. I haven't been out. So I don't know. I'm not an indoorsy type person, it seems. While I was indoors, I wanted to do some housework. Wasn't able to do very much. I did do the washing up. So I got lots of washing up done and cleaned the kitchen a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked to. But yeah, so the living room is still trash. There's still toys and bits and pieces everywhere. And so when you're trying to promote positivity, I'm just sort of sitting there thinking, how can I make my evening better? And you know what has really put me in that mood again, that just really cheered me up and reminded me of the joys of Christmas? It's social media. So people put social media down all the time. They really, really do. Like, I've come off Facebook and I've come off this. And you put social media down. I'm not going to deny, there are so many negative parts and aspects of social media. The social elements where people no longer want to talk to each other, the fact that people put their whole lives on there, or it's an open people feel the need to insult each other more on social media and stuff like that. So you do get all of those horrible negative sides of it. But I want to bring something positive back to social media. So I look at it in a very different light now. So if I see a negative post, I just keep scrolling. But today I've been so happy because my vloggers are doing Vlogmas. They didn't do day one. Like literally all my vloggers didn't do a day one of Vlogmas. And I thought, oh, no one's doing it this year. And then they all started like, vlog. And then I don't know why, I completely forgot it's a daily thing. So I'm getting a vlog every day and I love it. I absolutely love it. I see it come through on my phone. I'm like, oh my God, I got that to watch tonight. So, yeah, my favourite vloggers are like Zoe Sugg, aka Zoella, Joe, her brother, her boyfriend Alfie. I love Sean and Poppy. Who else do I follow? I started following AJ Pritchard, who's one of the Strictly dancers. Oh, and Diane Buswell, obviously. Yeah, they're all doing their Vlogmas now, so I'm so happy. And it's just really cheered me up. I've also got to catch up on It Takes Two. I'm really confused with It Takes Two at the moment because every other Friday I've tuned in at 6 and it's been on at 6:30. This week, the one week I didn't tune in at 6, it started at 6. I need to check it. I need to get a Radio Times. It's nearly Christmas. This is the time of year I buy Radio Times. Oh, see, there's another Christmas tradition that you don't think about. Every year, like, even when I didn't have a TV, I used to buy the Radio Times to see the TV listings. And then I highlight. I don't know if anyone else does this. Oh my God, I'm such a geek. I highlight, get a lovely highlighter pen, usually a yellow or pink one to fit in with the red and gold theme. This isn't a joke. And I'll go through and I highlight all the ones that I want to watch, like all the Christmas movies, all the things I don't want to miss, because there's always like there's a Julia Donaldson book usually at the moment, and I think she's done Snail and the Whale for this year, so that's going to have a little highlight on it so don't miss it. The Queen's Speech, I do like the Queen's Speech, as old-fashioned as that sound. I'm a bit of a royalist. I do love them, and I love seeing her house at Christmas, and I just love seeing her. I was named after the Queen. My middle name is Elizabeth, and this isn't a joke either. My mum named me after her. I don't know why that makes me feel a bit more connected to her, but hey. But I love, and she's getting on, bless her. And I worry about her. And then I feel if I'm listening to her on Christmas Day, I can, like seeing your nan almost. Oh dear. I told you it was going to be utter rubbish I talked today because I'm so tired. But no, I've been focusing on the positives. This is where I was going with it. And watching the vlogs has really just sort of cheered me up. And then my podcasts as well. Shag Married Annoyed comes out on a Friday and I love it. I really love it. Chris and Rosie Ramsey, you guys just crack me up. Like, I don't think I've listened to a single episode of Shag Married Annoyed and not laughed out loud, like proper laughed out loud. And this week, just listening to Rosie having a little rant about not being able to get her Christmas tree out the loft because Chris has been on Strictly and how peed off she is with Bruno and Shirley for putting him through. But oh gosh, like he actually genuinely thought he was going. So in between like the show and the dance off, him and Karen just sat and had a little natter because they were convinced they were going. And then he stayed. He's like, what? Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait for tomorrow night. See what they're all doing. Chris is doing a rumba, which is incredibly hard, but I think he was good at the passo, so I've got a feeling he's going to be good. And I want to say American Smooth. I think he's got American Smooth and he's not good at the ballroom, so hopefully he sorts all his posture thingies out and he stops being a bit stompy. But come on, Chris, you got my votes. Anyway, end of my podcast because I'm just going to go off on one. But yes, social media has been my thing today. But take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow for another podcast. And yeah, get Christmassy. Do it. Be positive and positive things will happen. Take care. Bye.